Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. This is our Zoom session where we are going to take questions regarding the topics that we have covered so far. If there are any outstanding questions related to any of the topics that we have done so far, you can go ahead. If not, Sister Fawzia has a question. Please go ahead, Sister Fawzia. What is your question?
Assalamu alaikum. Firstly, thank you so much for the PPTs, and your work is so clear. It's so zabardast, mashallah.
I'm so sorry. Just let me turn off my fan because I can't hear you clearly. Okay, sorry. Can you go ahead? What did you just say?
I said I'm thanking you so much that your presentations and your work is very, very clear. And
thank you.
It's so helpful. Alhamdulillah. And I give you reward for all your efforts. The question I had is not in the ayahs that you had used. It was the ayah that Ustad had used. And I actually don't know where it's from, but it's very famous. لِأَنْ شَكَرْتُمْ لِأَزِيدَنَّكُمْ.
Can you paste it on the, would you be able to paste it on the chat and maybe I can copy paste it? Would that be possible for you?
Give me 2 seconds then.
Sure, no problem.
I'll just check it in Quran and post it from there.
Okay.
I didn't check the ayah. My question was, I'll let somebody else go and then I'll come back here. Is that okay?
Oh, yeah. I mean, unless we have that ayah in front of us, it would be difficult for me to comment.
So let me paste it and then we can talk about it.
Okay, perfect. Yes. Anybody else who wants to ask anything regarding what we have covered so far? Because I have a little presentation lined up regarding the last topic of the chapter, Jumlatul Shartiya. It's a very little thing, so I thought we can cover it in this live session, and I'll put a separate video as well. But unless there are any other questions, I can just go ahead with that. Okay, I believe there isn't, so I'm going to go ahead with that. Okay, so I think I would let Sister Fawzia also come back, maybe. Okay, anyway.
Here,
so
I'm just posting it. You can go ahead.
You got it?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm just trying to post it to the chat here.
Yeah.
It's Ibrahim ayah.
Oh, you've posted it here. Oh, right.
I'm trying to
post it on the. Okay.
I tried it.
Yeah, that's okay. Let me open my WhatsApp now on the computer.
No, I did it.
You posted on the chat? Oh, you have. Okay, great. Let me just open that. Can you see the Word document now?
It's empty though.
Yeah. I'm just posting it.
Oh,
what is this?
What happened as a result of?
Yeah, there it is. So what was your question?
My question was, it's in Shakartum. So Ustad had used this as our example of teaching us the lam of emphasis, as well as he used this when we were talking about Jumla Shartiya. My question was, he started with the li and the in. in is telling us that it's a Jumla Shartiya. All right, and the jawab starts from li azidannakum. What was confusing me was how do I find out where the jawab starts? Because he had only used this part, li in shakartum la azidannakum.
I mean, again, I refrain from answering Balagha question, but my understanding is this lam is emphasis and this lam is also emphasis lam. And since these type of shirts like inna and the jazima shirt were there to say that, this is likely to happen. So adding lam for emphasis will make it even more likely to happen maybe. So I don't know what is the what would be the translation of this one. When
if even if you are grateful, I will increase you. But my question is not about the balaghaness of the other lam. It's
okay. Where does
I was wondering? Yeah, I was wondering where how do I find out where the jawab starts from? Is it like the invisible is where you find a disconnect, then the jawab would start from there? But there are times when the jawab is not there at all. It's just the short.
Yeah. So, okay, let me just understand this one.
My question.
Yeah. So over here, I see there is one fail.
Nikat.
I would request. Let me just mute. Yeah. Okay. So over here, you can see this is your fail, and this is, I believe, your doer, shakartum. Even if you all were grateful. Now, what is this? La azidannakum is, I think, another fail.
I will increase you. Yeah.
I will increase you. So if another fail is coming without wow, right? In a sentence, if two fails are given, the connection would be harf ataf wow and. Like, for example, so you see, there is no harf ataf. So that means there is a break over here.
Yeah, so we would assume it's the jawab starting from there.
Because, yes, the jawab starts right after. So the fail given or the sentence starting right after is your jawab, I believe. Because two fails cannot come together unless there is wow maybe in it, or maybe there's another possibility. From what I know, from top of my head, what I can think of, that, when you say I was eating and I was walking and I was, the same thing, wow, and then it's the continuous sentence. But over here, there is no wow. So I think it's broken over here.
That makes absolute sense.
Yeah, no problem. Any other participant who has any outstanding question regarding the topics we have covered so far? Any of the drills that you found were a bit confusing? You can let me know. Otherwise, I can go ahead with this presentation. It's a very small part of a jawab shart and jawabu shart. It's called okay, it's called where is it? Okay. Let me just pull out that presentation. Where did it go? Yeah, there it is. Can everybody see this? Al-Amr wa Jawabul Amr. If you can see.
Not yet, it hasn't opened.
Oh, you can't. Okay, wait. Now I believe it's visible.
Yes.
Okay. So let's start from here. It's a very small concept. Amr wa Jawabul Amr. It can also be called Talab wa Jawabul Talab. These are the two names given to one and the same thing, because command is almost like a demand. So Amr or Talab, it's interchangeable. You can say. I would still refrain from saying always, because again, that's something that Ustad also discourages us to say. But as you can know, if I ask you to bring me something, that's a command, and that's also at the same time it's a demand. So Amr and Talab are interchangeable over here. Command and demand is equal to demand. Now, talab or jawabut talab is a two-part structure. That means again, like shart or jawabu shart, it's got two parts. One is your amr, your command. Second is your jawabul amr. So when you command something, and not necessarily every amr will have a jawab. It's a jawab, amr wa jawabul amr is a structure, and but not every command, every amr will have a jawab. Just remember that. Also, so this is your example, udrus tanja fil imtihani. So the translation would be study, you will pass the exam. Now you can see udrus is your amr, command, and you can see tanja fil imtihani is your jawabul amr. So this is your part one, the amr part, and your part two is tanja fil imtihani. Also understand these two, tanja and udrus, is majzoom. Only when the following fail is following mudari, in fact, is majzoom, will you take it as jawabul amr. Not all the time. If there is a fail following an amr, it won't be jawabul amr. There is an example, I forgot to paste it. I actually did not forget. I did not have the time. I just made it in the morning. There is an example in our book also. I'll just pull it out for you right now. So if this fail had not been majzoom, this will not be considered jawabul amr, udrus. Also understand that jawabul amr, the second part, will only happen as a result of amr. So you will pass the exam is not something that will happen out of, without any reason. It will happen only when you study. So this jawabul amr will happen as a result of amr. So this is a very small concept. I just thought we can cover it over here, and I'll also post a little video about it. But this is something that I wanted to cover over here. Apart from that, if there is anything else that you would like to address, I'm more than happy to look into that. If there's any drill that you found challenging, you can let me know. Otherwise, yes, Sister Fawzia, you have a question?
Can you go through the man part of Shartiya, about
Sure.
the Shartiya?
Jawab Shartiya man part. So, shirts, Jawab shirt is. So this was in the first one or the second one? I can't.
This was in the PDF where you had introduced.
Okay, first one maybe. Man was in the first one, yes. Jazima shirt. Let me, in fact, pull out the PPT. Okay, can you see it now or not?
Not sure.
Okay, so
now I can.
man. This was if. This was man. Okay, let's see. So this is, so what do you exactly don't understand? So I can just go through that, or do you want me to go through the whole concept?
Second, no. The second sentence, you have man, nudge, the exam one.
Yeah.
Najaha.
Najaha, over here. So, okay, yeah.
So with mudare, it becomes majzoom. With najaha, it becomes mansoob.
So is this, you think this is mudare?
No. The upper example was mudare, so it became majzoom.
Yeah.
The lower example is past.
Yeah.
Najaha. So is that why it becomes mansoob? Or it doesn't change at all?
It doesn't, yes. Yes, the jazima adawat will only have effect on mudare. It will have no effect. It will not have any effect on madi. They will come the way they are. And there was one more point. What was I going to make? Yeah, so they will have, but both of them will be translated in present tense. Is that clear? Even though this is Madi, this is past tense, but you will still, let me give you the translation of this. Whoever passes the exam this year. So this is Madi, but you can see we are translating it as whoever passes the exam. But yes, your point about being Majzoom, that will only affect the Mudari. Madi will not be grammatically affected.
So when we translate it as whoever were to study, who I understand that it is being translated as Mudari here, but if it's man darasa, whoever were to study, is that
you
also?
Can say, I think that's also, yeah. You see, the meaning is obviously it's the same meaning. Whoever were to study or whoever, I think that's fine as well, as long as you are keeping the future tense, or sorry, present tense. You can, I think, translate it in a number of ways. Yes.
I think I got stuck there, that I couldn't understand if whoever were to study would be, or whoever passes would be a Mudare. In English, it doesn't translate as, it doesn't look like it's Mudare.
Yes, actually, there is one reason that I can tell you the difference there is, because you see, why use Madi when it's going to be translated in Mudare? I mean, why not just use Mudare, right? That is the normal question that a learner would ask. That, you know, if both are supposed to be translated in Mudare, then might as well just use Mudare. The reason is that in Quran, if you see the examples, when there is Mudare used, it's talking about something which keeps happening. So if you see in this, whoever listens to teacher's lecture, then he is a good student. So can you understand that, you know, this is something which will happen each time this is going to happen. You see, it's looks like something repeated event. However, over here, whoever passes the exam this year. So I've subtly kind of made that difference over here, if you can catch it, that this year only whoever passes the exam is a student in the university. It might not happen next year. Maybe passing is not enough. You have to get a certain grade maybe. But this year, if you pass the exam, you are a university. So there's a subtle difference between using Mudare and Madi. Mudare would give you an impression of something which keeps happening. And Madi might give you, and again, this is something that I heard Ustad saying, so I don't want to go into detail because I'm not expert enough. But this is a subtle difference that, you know, something which does not happen very often, we can use Madi for that, even though they both will be translated in present tense.
Okay, thank you. Sure.
No problem. So I believe, I mean, if there are no other questions, we can call it off. If there are any more questions, then I can just take it. Otherwise, we can just call it off if everybody wants an early off. Okay, so I believe we don't have much to say. So I'm going to sign off from here. Thank you so much for joining. I'll post this on the channel as well. I'll stop recording now.